Hey, walk with me. Walk with me, talk with me. Hey, I want to talk about scammers. We are living in the era of scammers. So everything is a scam. That's all you hear on social media. Somebody scamming out of this, somebody scamming out of that. They charging you fees for everything. So what I'm about to tell you is my perspective, my opinion. So don't it's not written in stone. This is just my opinion and things that I see. So one of the things I was going to talk about was scams. So like for instance, a couple of weeks ago I went to a hookah bar with my sister, and I went to order a drink at the bar, and of course I tipped and everything, and then when I get the receipt I find out that they charged me a $3 service fee. A service, that's your job. How else am I going to get the drink? So now you're going to charge me to, have me pay for you to do your job? So they're getting out of hand with this stuff. But the worst thing I keep seeing is these apartments. So I'm looking at apartments, right? I'm trying to find one to go to. And then I see that you look at the reviews, and almost every apartment, there's very little that have good reviews. Almost every one of them have bad reviews, even the new ones. And the number one bad thing they got it is that most of them are under new management. Well, actually, almost all of them under new management. So that's odd to me. How did all these apartments become under new management within the past year? And they all saying the same thing, that the new management is horrible. Everybody that works in the office, they say once they get your money, and then they forget about you. And then they throw these fees on you, like if you park your car in the wrong spot, or your plate's not registered in time, they'll have your car towed, and then you got to pay to get your car out. And then garbage service, they got all these services that they add on your rent now. So they got these garbage services, like you can't take your garbage to the dump, so they have people come pick it up. If you don't put it out in time, or you put it out too late, they'll charge you a fee for that. If it's still out on your porch, they'll come by, take a picture of it, and then they'll send you a bill. I mean, they nickel and diming everybody. So these new apartments. See, I'm in a downtown area. I started working. I'm gonna talk about that in another video. These apartments you're looking at right now, it's a bunch of them, but they all within a walking distance from each other. It's a lot of them. So again, who's filling up these apartments? So you look at these apartments, the cost of them, the average rent is around $2,000 for one bedroom. And you know that you got to make 3 times as much as the rent to move in. They consider you to move in. So 3 times $2,000 is $6,000. So you got to make $6,000 a month. And somehow these people are in there. So that's a lot of people making $6,000 a month. Where these people at? Where these jobs at? So most of them, I'm pretty sure, is cybersecurity. And another thing too, I was looking at apartment. I seen this nice one I wanted to move in as a condo, and the price is reasonable. The price is actually kind of good for that condo. It's real nice. But they got these first you got to pay an application fee, and then you got to pay administration fee. And administration fee is $250 non-refundable. Now some of them have non-refundable, some of them are refundable, but this one's non-refundable. And I said that's got to be a scam, because that apartments fill up quick. That one's been open since November. They're not moving nobody in there. They just taking a $250. That's what I'm thinking. Like I said, this is my opinion. This is my perspective. How you doing? And I think they're collecting people's administration fee, and they're telling them that they didn't qualify. How that nice apartment stay open that long? The condo at that, and it was a reasonable price. So something like $1,400 a month for 2 bedroom, real nice. But it's been open since November. So I think that's another scam. That's another thing they do too, taking people's not only administration fee, but their application fee. They take your application fee, and one of them I looked at, I went to the apartment complex, and I was there. Gave them a copy of my ID, they seen who I was, and then they told me they're gonna send me an email, and I click on the link to finish filling out my application. But in order to fill out my application, I had to go through this 2-dot system. This system want a copy of your driver's license front and back, which they already got at the office, to verify who I am. Like I wasn't me at the office. So they want that. Of course, they want your bank statement, but this one, they want you to link your bank statement to them. I mean, your bank account to them. I don't know what that's all about. So I didn't really give them that information, but I couldn't go any further until I completed that. So they want the link to your bank statement. And I asked the lady at the apartment complex, do they go in your bank account? Could they change stuff? Can they see everything? And she couldn't really answer. I guess she didn't want to answer. So that's a little fishy. Like, they want way too much information just to verify who I am. And that wasn't just it. After all of that, they still want me to take a selfie of myself, a 3D selfie, front, left, and right side of my face. I made this crazy face on all the pictures. AI is gonna try to load me in this system with a straight face. They're gonna have to do some work. But of course, they're having complications with mine. They say everything okay, but then when I called the lady, she telling me that they still waiting on some information, but on my end, they saying they're good. So so they just trying to load people in the system. That's stupid. I was just there. Like, who was I to get I was just there. So why do I gotta keep verifying my information or verify my ID and then give them have you linked to my bank account? No. So I was saying that, and these back to those apartments. So another thing about these apartments, that they all walking distance, they got all these stores. I noticed one thing, and this is in Boston too. Everywhere where it's congested like that, there's no food shortage. I haven't seen a food shortage. So are we being scammed on that? They say there's a food shortage in certain areas to get people to get out of there. And I heard like in Canada, they were selling buffalo chicken, buffalo leg, like buffalo style chicken legs for $200, something like that. 200 Canadian dollars, like 170 American dollars.
This is for anyone thinking of moving to Canada. Our food prices are outrageous. Here we have a pack of drumsticks from Costco, $202 for this pack, or $224 for this one. Moral of the story, don't move here.
So that seemed like a scam. Are they scamming us on the food shortage? It's only in certain areas, because these areas I go in is very congested, and they got all these apartments, but I go in the stores, a few stores, and they don't have no food shortage. And Boston, very congested, and they make traveling in vehicles very difficult. There's no food shortage there either. And then one guy was telling me that in New York, not only do they charge you to go inside congested area, but they charge you if you blow your horns a little excessive. Sometimes a second or two longer, you get charged for that. They trying to make it very difficult and uncomfortable to own a car, to force you to take public transportation or take a bike. And Boston, bad. They just turning everything into bike lanes, turning a lot of 2-lane roads into 1-lane roads. So they make it very inconvenient for people. And then speaking of vehicles, I talked about this EV, the electric vehicles. I'm telling you, that's a scam. I know that's a scam.
Is this frustrating?
Very frustrating.
Tell me about that.
I want Elon Musk to do something about this. Probably help us out.
So electric vehicles may be the wave of the future, but a whole lot of owners are having trouble dealing with Chicago's bitter cold temperatures. Public charging stations have turned car graveyards over the past couple days.
Dane Placco reports on the frustration and some tips from an auto expert. Nothing, no juice. It's still on 0%. And this is like 3 hours this morning being out here after being out here 8 hours yesterday.
Tyree Beard was among the dozens of Tesla owners trying desperately to power up their cars at this Tesla supercharging station in Oak Brook. A scene mirrored with long lines and abandoned cars at scores of other charging stations around the Chicago area.
Man, this is crazy. It's a disaster. Seriously.
We got a bunch of dead robots out here.
Dead robots. This is your car?
Yeah.
But it was no laughing matter to people like Kevin Sumrack, who landed at O'Hare last night to find his Tesla dead, forcing him to hire a flatbed tow truck to try to find a working charging station.
So I can get back to Indiana.
But you can't find one that's charging or working?
Either working or doesn't have cars sitting, still plugged in.
You've been here since when?
5 p.m. yesterday.
So 20 hours or so.
Yeah, about.
Tesla did not respond to any of our emails or calls, but an automobile expert we talked to says there are some things that EV owners can do when it gets this brutally cold.
It's moving anyway.
It's moving. Like any new technology, Dane, there's a learning curve.
Mark Bielik of the Chicago Auto Trade Association says all EVs can have problems dealing with extreme cold and says it's important for drivers to hit their preconditioning button before they charge their battery.
It's not plug and go. You have to precondition the battery, meaning that you have to get the battery up to the optimal temperature to accept the fast charge.
We have had extraordinary cold, but is this acceptable?
No, not at all. I mean, pay premium price for these Teslas.
In Oak Brook, Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
Even though I don't consider it a wise investment, it's not a wise investment, but they still pushing it. Hertz is in their Hertz is losing a lot of money because they thought it was going to be a big thing, so they bought a fleet of them and nobody's using them. So now they're trying to sell them at a discounted price to recoup some of their losses. So those cars, they're just trying to suck you in there. They're trying to get people to get trapped up in there. Then they can't get out of it. They can't sell it because nobody's going to buy a used EV. And then they're going to be stuck with that bill. And if they get rid of the car, then they're going to have that debt on their credit. And of course, you got to have decent credit to get an apartment. So are we being scammed on that? Or are we being scammed on the war? I mean, I know the war is real. The war is just to displace people and depopulate. That's what that's for. And it's probably going to keep going on, but it's just to get rid of people and change the demographic. So the war is not really a real war for what we think it is. It's what is it? It's not a scam, but it's an act. It's an act. So I wanted to mention that, and then this migrant situation. They got again in Boston. They dumped a whole bunch of migrants in a youth center, and it's always in. When I say black people and African Americans, I mean the people that's not awake. So I don't claim black or African American. I'll take Afro American. So, but I'll mostly say melanated. But Afro American people, they love dumping those migrants in their neighborhood because they know that being melanated, I can talk about it. They know we ain't gonna do nothing. They know we're not organized enough to do anything. We accept everything. That's the reason they're doing that. They'll dump them in there, and then they took over a youth center that was supposed to help inner city kids.
Don't equal to live fucking here. And I've been here my whole fucking because I can yell. Because I can yell. Because I can yell. And I'm fucking angry. That's why.
I hear you. I do hear you.
So why can't I get in the fucking building?
Because you can't get in right now. No one can go in.
Why? Where's the mayor at? Y'all, these fucking towns are fucking sham, yo. It's all about fucking money. It's a fucking money grab. Y'all give a fuck about the motherfuckers that was born and fucking raised here. Y'all raised the fucking rent so fucking high. Can't afford to live here, but y'all gonna bring some other motherfuckers here? That doesn't fucking add up. It doesn't make no fucking sense. None. I'm fucking homeless. I work a full-time job, 40 hours, and can't pay to live here. How the fuck are y'all gonna bring somebody else here? Don't make no fucking sense. None.
And then, and they dumped a lot of Africans in Georgia.
Look at this shit here. That taxi cab right there is just dropped off these African guys. Man, I'm driving around and just seeing this shit in real time. Guys, we're at war. Look at this here. I just seen this taxi cab drop off these African guys. All these damn African guys right here in our community. Africans, guys. Look at them. Look at them right there. Look at them Africans right there. I'm looking at you, bro. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Look at them right there, guys. In our community. Look at them right there. I ain't no punk. Look, now I'm checking you out, bro. I'm checking. Look at these Africans guys right here. They just dropped these guys off in our community, guys. African guys in our communities. And then when you see the crime rate picks up, it ain't because it's so-called black on black crime. It's these Africans right here. Just because they're dropping them off in our communities. They just drop them off in our communities. Look at them. Look at them. Look at these African guys. This is war. Where are the women and the children? Look at this, guys. And at nighttime, what do you think these guys gonna do? What do you think they're gonna do? We need to stand up. Stop being punks. Stop being so holy and sanctified and precious and all that shit. Because we're at war. Go around, man. Look at this guy right here. Hey, you African, right? Yeah. You're African, right? What African country are you from?
African, yeah.
What's that?
African.
What African country are you from?
America.
Okay. How long have you been here?
Come.
You just got dropped off right here, right?
No, c'est gare la Cashintua.
You stand right there?
Huh?
You stand right there?
Yeah.
Okay then. So how long have you been in America?
New York, yeah.
You been in America? They flew you in?
Small.
Yeah, they flew you in America. Okay, go ahead, man. I'm done. You don't see what's going on here. And they stand right here. You see what's going on here, guys? See, I keep my eyes open. And y'all right here being entertained, want to be separate. And they bringing these people right in our communities, guys.
So they do it in black neighborhoods because they know we ain't gonna say nothing about it. That's why Chicago is in the situation they're in. It's not they're not fighting back. They're yelling a lot, but they're not fighting back. But it's gonna get to the point where it's gonna be a civil war. That's what they're trying to. That's what's gonna happen because once the people can't take enough of it, because this is in white areas too.
Dozens of people showed up this morning to the grand opening of new apartments at the Brunswick Landing. These units were built specifically to house asylum seekers as they wait to receive their work permits, which can take months. There will be 60 apartments total here serving this purpose. 24 of them are ready now. State government will essentially pay the rent for 2 years. After that, the buildings will convert to market rate and affordable housing units. Some asylum seekers have already moved in and say this option of transitional housing is much better than living in a hotel or at a shelter.
In hotel, just rules and regulations, and in a shelter too, we have so many people. We share kitchen together, we share the restroom together.
This is a very unique solution to a very exciting opportunity in our state. We have thousands of folks coming to Maine who want to make Maine home. And we're doing everything we can to help that situation.
When they can't take enough of it, they're gonna start pushing back. It's gonna get to the point they're gonna start pushing back. That's why they keep pushing more migrants. They're gonna do it as much as they can while they could get away with it. And then it's gonna be bad. So they putting up all this shelter and all these aids for migrants with taxpayer money, and they trying to secretly push them through the system.
Cashapp. This was me. What do you want to do? Put in the work? No, I just want to get a documentation of them. Are you like ICE or something? Senator from here in the state of Georgia. Senator Baltimore representing Northwest Georgia.
They have the government, like, some kind of agency that works with
I got you.
in there.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you, Joe. Excuse us. Oh, yeah.
I think he's one.
What's up? How's it going, man? Yeah. He's you guys documented or
yeah.
You guys transporting anybody anywhere?
Yeah, we're all getting them placed to where they need to be.
Okay, where they need to be?
All over the place.
Where are they coming from?
As in like country of origin, stuff like that. Also all over the place.
All over the place.
Yeah.
You know when they come into the U.S.?
Why? Can I ask you why you're asking these questions?
Yeah. The senator from Northwest Georgia.
Yeah.
And not a big fan of human trafficking. Just want to make sure everything's above board here.
Yeah. So these are just recently documented travelers getting released from ICE, getting to where they need to be.
So you're for a company of volunteers.
Yeah.
Team Liberty.
Yeah.
Is that a non-government organization? What is it?
Yeah.
So you receive. How'd you get the job?
I'm a volunteer. I mean, there's people that they get dropped off here from ICE detention with no help, so we just,
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good, man. Care if we
good?
Yeah, care if we come in? Just take a little closer look.
I mean, you can stand right there. I don't know you I don't know you very well either. So
yeah, just let me get a video if you don't mind.
Actually, you cannot get a video.
No.
You cannot get a video.
No, you're not allowed.
You're not allowed. You're done.
Okay.
And they will most likely be the one that's working and filling up these apartments. And the ones that I do see mostly in these apartments are whites. So that's why another reason they're trying to depopulate whites, because they know whites will fight back. So they filling up they filling up black neighborhoods, and they're gonna be overwhelmed. That's what's gonna happen with that. So another thing I think is a scam is this, I'm just venting because I haven't been on in a while, and it's so much stuff I gotta do and wanna say, but I'm going through training. There's a lot of studying I have to do. But remember when they were saying Zuckerberg bought that bunker and all these billionaires buying bunkers? That don't make any sense to me. They got underground tunnels. So they're not gonna hide somewhere and stay there by themselves. They're gonna hook up with each other. They got tunnels. So they probably got it connected to their house. I wouldn't be surprised. So I think that underground, that bunker story is just to scare everybody else. Say, oh, something's coming. So you prepping up, spending your resources, prepping more, which I think still is a good idea to start prepping. But it's not gonna be for no nuclear war. We ain't gonna have a nuclear war, I'm telling you that. And whatever else is gonna happen. But I mean, what is he worried about in Hawaii? Really, what is he worried about? So I think that's a scam with the underground tunnels. With the bunkers, because they all got underground tunnels to connect with each other. So do you know they're gonna meet up somewhere? They're not gonna stay in those bunkers for a while by themselves and talk to each other on television. They're gonna meet. They're gonna do their little rituals, and then like they still do, they're gonna still meet up and have meetings and all that. But I think that's a scam too, to scare people. So I think I think that's about it I wanted to say. But I basically what I'm saying is, are we being scammed? I think most likely we're probably being scammed, because when I go, when I do get time to go back and research what's going on, it's repeating the same story, just different flavor. So they saying this happening here, might start World War III, this happening there, food, this is happening to the food, a disruption in the supply chain. And then you stop looking at the internet for about a month, you come back, it's the same story. The same thing, they saying the same thing, except it just moves around a little bit, so they just like keep feeding us the same story. So they just getting people confused, afraid, and just will accept anything. So these they're gonna try to get people to move to these 15-minute cities. That's what they're gonna have food shortages in the they're gonna have these food shortages in rural areas, so people can move out, and they're gonna try to take over farming, and people gonna eventually go to the 15-minute cities. And being there, it is very convenient. I gotta give them that. It's very convenient. Everything close together. The apartments look nice, but like I told you, they're all under new management. And you go look at the reviews, bad reviews, even on the new ones. And they're gonna what's I'm gonna say? They're people gonna start moving to these 15-minute cities, and they're gonna like the convenience of it. But the only problem with that is, if anything goes down, like the grid system, electronics, or the food actually does get shortage, they ain't gonna know where they gonna go. Where they gonna go? Everybody gonna have a problem. They're gonna start fighting with each other, and it's just way too congested with very little resource. So I think once people get in those cities, and then they get comfortable, because they're gonna, and you know, if everything's fine with you or with those people, like when there's no food shortage, every time they go to the store, it's still food. Everywhere they go, it's they're comfortable, nothing to worry about. They look at other people that's having problems. Well, that ain't me. I'm glad that's not me. I'm doing fine over here. I'm gonna stay right here. They're gonna get people comfortable, and they're not gonna want to leave. So you got the gym and all that. You see people jogging and running around. It's very trendy. It's almost like they don't even know what's going on. They don't even know it's a war. I mean, I'm sure they do, but that's the way they looking at it. It's like there's no war with them, and as long as it don't affect them, it's not a big deal. So that's how they looking at it. So I was just giving you my take on that. I think we're probably being scammed, because there's way too many stuff that's just not adding up. And that's about it. So I wanted to say hello to everyone. Thank you for still sticking around, because things should change soon, because I'm working, and I'm gonna talk about that too, because the video I made over a year ago, when I'll get to it. It's another manifesting your reality. So the things I said is happening, and the things I said back then is happening. Sorry about that. I had technical difficulty just now. So like I said, the things I said back then is happening now, and I'm gonna make a video about that once I get breathing room, space. I need space where I could fully focus and concentrate. But like I said, I'm in class now, and I'm working, so that all of that is in play for what I was I'm sorry, with my mind it just scattered, because there's so many things I got to think about, and it's so many things I need to get done in a short amount of time, especially since I'm working now. But anyway, I'll explain all of that in the video I'll make. In, like I said, it's about manifestation, and that you control your reality. You make things happen. You just got to follow the signs, and I'm gonna tell you the signs I follow to get to where I'm at, because it was all laid out for me. So anyway, everyone have a great day, and I will talk to you real soon. Peace.